I had about somebody rap to me about that when I was a kid.
Facts. No pun intended.
It was an economic class.
You heard how hard he said facts, Twitter Mike? He said facts, like, because your fucking credit is twisted. Like, that was personal.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, that hit home.
I'm going to give you everything I owe you, Mike. Just go ahead.
It was definitely a lesson.
Stays with you all of your life, but they don't teach you that though. It's a marketing plight, but I'm here. Please listen as I talk on the mic and be responsible. Don't get bought with a price. It's horrible, right? The feds probably call me tonight. Soon as I leave Flex Show, they gon' follow me, right? The smartest advice: make sure you tracking your funds. Don't leave home without it. Be practical, hun. That's American Express, where it's actually from. Discover what a Visa does, like a traveling nun. When it comes to the card, gotta master it, son. Know what's in your wallet like Capital One. Bankruptcy 10 years and bad credit is 7 on your report. Experian, get it, then transmit it, transfer it to TransUnion during the transition, giving you pure Equifax. Man, listen. Wise words from an OG, brother. Get your score to 800 like a toll-free number. I had to teach y'all. It was actually hard. Repeat offender, now let's get back to the bars. Look, I paid $500 for these Y3s. A couple rock concerts for the timepiece. Bands, bar goat on a large boat. Ticket on the dash, only time I had a car.
I got frustrated listening to it because I'm like, damn it, why? Like, where was this type of shit? Like, DMX didn't rap about this when I was 18. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy.
DOS Effects didn't rap about this when I was 13. Like, where was EP&B rapping about credit and interest and like, I could be so much further in life. So that could be like a lesson. I'm gonna have my son study that.
Yeah, and I think that, in schools they should. I always say this. They should have classes like 8th grade before you even reach high school, where they're teaching you about credit scores and the IRS, and it should be a legitimate business class for kids. You should not have to discover all of this shit as soon as you're kicked out of high school and probably being kicked out the house.
Real niggas learned about credit from getting fronted on Factz. Motherfucking, he was spitting some facts. That rhymes. I didn't know this. I'm a poet and I even know it.
Niggas just wanted a good deal on the pack. Niggas just wanted to at least go 60-40.
That was incredible.
Let me stop being ghetto.
Dr. Freestyle was dope. I definitely have my son listening to it hella. Like, I have my daughter listening to it too, because she don't know the value of a goddamn dollar.
Mhm.
So it looks like we have our special guest on the line. So
cool.
We're going to get right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bronx MC, Mickey Factz, is in the building. Welcome to Debatable Battle Rap Radio, Mickey.
What's up, man? It's Mickey.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you people doing today? Hey, dude.
Oh, wait.
Hey.
It's a blessing. There's
hey.
dude.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions for you, man, especially for those who aren't familiar with Mickey Factz. If you're not familiar with Mickey Factz, you've been living under a rock somewhere.
Man's been if you're not familiar
doing
with
his
Factz,
thing.
I don't want you listening.
Facts, no pun intended again. But like, we gonna get right into this, man. Like, first of all, I missed your show. You was out here. I think you was in Olympia. I think it was last year. Was it last year you was out here in Washington?
Yeah, probably, man. I think that may have been early 2017, maybe late 2016. I can't really remember, but I definitely had a show in Olympia, man. I'm looking to come back out there to Seattle with Stolly in June or July.
Oh, that's word.
You know what I'm saying? We're doing a whole nationwide tour. So we'll be back. We'll be out in Seattle later this year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe June or July.
That would be dope. That would definitely be dope. Seattle, you know what I'm saying? Because Olympia is a little far from Seattle. It's about maybe 45 minutes to an hour away. So I was kind of hot that I couldn't get all the way down there for that show.
I mean, I think somebody might have got shot in Olympia around that time as well, or Tacoma. Something happened where there was
probably
like
Tacoma.
It was like a cop shot somebody. A cop shot a black guy around that time that we were out there. So we had a good turnout.
Olympia.
I think it was Olympia. We had a good turnout, but it could have been better had that incident not happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that kid that it happened to.
You know,
I met the kid that it happened to. Say, no, I know that was Olympia. That's what he's talking about.
Right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they actually shot him and booked him. I've only been to Olympia like when I was on the way to, way upstate on the chain. That's the only time and on a field trip. So like I don't go to Olympia. Fuck out of here. Hey,
right. Crazy.
So you dropped your Funk Flex freestyle yesterday.
Yeah.
Fire. And it's got the internet buzzing right now. You dropped a really good lesson in the middle of that too.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
you
like
take some knowledge.
Let me thank you. Let me tell y'all the story about this. Let me tell you, and this is actually the first interview since doing the Flex freestyle. I reached out to Dude is good people, so I was like, I want to do an interview on with whatever channel you're on, just to show some love. So basically, I had a freestyle prepared for Flex. It was about 80 bars. Lux went up there, obviously, and he just he set the tone. And I thought what Lux did was incredible. But I felt like what I had was still potent enough to kind of keep my name, in that conversation. Then when Black Thought went up there, that's when I actually rewrote what I had. So the first like 60, maybe, I think it's like 60 bars. Like the first 60 bars is actually what I rewrote after hearing Black Thought up there. The credit stuff was also something that I had on deck, and I wanted to give it to the Breakfast Club, but the Breakfast Club interview never happened. So I just put that in between that from what I saw with Royce. And then after that, credit score rap. I don't want to call it a scheme. Credit score rap. Then the second half of that Flex freestyle that I originally wrote is what I tacked on after that. So it's basically 3 different raps that I wrote, and I just combined all 3. And I just kind of let it go. And that second rap, I could have made it longer, but I decided I didn't want to go overboard. You know what I'm saying? I feel like... Yeah, I didn't want to go overboard. I wanted to keep it at 9 minutes to 10 minutes. I don't want to be like that guy that did like 12 minutes. I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Keep it at a reasonable number.
But I'm pretty sure nobody would have been mad for hearing 12 minutes, a couple more minutes of Mickey Factz bars. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely, you had a reason to walk away with the mic after that. You definitely had a reason to walk away with the mic.
I appreciate that.
I seen the exchange. I seen the exchange on Twitter. I seen the conversation with you and Flex on Twitter. Then like, was it 2 days later, you was up there and it was dropping.
Yeah, I told him we could have did it that night, and that happened on Monday when he was talking crazy. So I went there Tuesday, and they released Flatbush Zombies on Wednesday. We were both up there the same day, and they released mine yesterday, and it definitely has the internet talking. Everybody's posting about it and talking about it. I'm just happy that people enjoy it.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been around for a minute. You've been doing your thing. So for the people that aren't familiar with Mickey Factz, let's get into the history of Mickey Factz. You're from the Bronx, the birthplace of hip hop.
From the Bronx.
So,
Bronx, New York.
You have a legacy behind you. You know what I'm saying, for just taking lyricism seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with you coming up in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying, that atmosphere, especially during the 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, what were, like, some of the MCs, like, known MCs? Who did you have, like, ciphers with? Who did you come up rhyming with? Like, battles off cam that people, like, talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like, who were some of the names that you came up with ciphering and battling?
Okay. Well, I started rhyming in, like, 9-8. I wrote my first rap in 9-8. Six Express is the best. Player haters is Vex. Pull out my text because they play me too close like next. You know, I was doing that 9/8. Like, that's a 1998 rap. You know
shit.
So I was ciphering with Remy Ma. I went to school with Remy. I went to school with Dragon, ciphered with him. Kid named Blackout. Fettuccine, that's in the PGs right now. I don't know. He might have gotten out the PGs, but, you know.
Fettuccine, the one that just had the battle drop with Dre Vicious?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, damn, I thought Fetty was like 15.
He's young.
Yo,
though.
The crazy thing.
I was a senior. He was a freshman, I believe.
The crazy thing, my co-host Mike, he actually looks like Fettuccine 20, which is weird.
Yeah, but he's got a beard and he taunts me with it. So
yeah,
wow.
we just can't get the beard. So
no, I can't.
But so you got Fetty, you got Dragon, Remy Ma, you said Blackout.
Blackout is a kid named Blackout back in the days. You know, Rough Riders were scouting him at the time. There's a couple battles that were supposed to happen that didn't happen. Me and Clips were supposed to happen back in 2003. Yeah, me and Goods were supposed to battle in 2001. Me and Clips battled, and we were supposed to battle in 2003, me and Clips. And then, you know, I battled Shells on 42nd Street. A couple other guys, random guys, just random people that would be on the streets. But whenever I would battle, there would be, you know, Mook would be out there, Rex. So my name was already buzzing in the streets. I just never battled, like, on Smack. You know what I'm saying? But
and that's when you was going by Renegade?
Yeah, I was going by the name Renegade at that time. So from like 2001 to about 2006, I was just in the streets of New York battling everywhere, you know, in Harlem and, you know, on Times Square. And, you know, it was a lot of love that I was getting.
So I know you've got a lot of stories. I know you've probably seen some crazy shit. Like, what was your, like, craziest memory of battling, you know, ciphering and battling, and who was your, like, your craziest moment that you experienced, like, when you was battling back then? And it's crazy that you mentioned Shells. I ain't heard that name in a minute.
I know. I ain't heard it from Fight Club.
Yeah. I remember the first time I met Matt, we was auditioning for Mary J. Blige's label, Gutter Keys. And, you know, we battled 7 people at once. You know, I got picked for that label deal during that time. But the contracts wasn't good. They had it on tape, too. And at that time, that's when we was rhyming over beats. You know, we was battling over beats. I smoked niggas, you know what I'm saying? And Math can confirm the story. And that was the first time meeting Math. You know, I've been to mostly all of the Smack battles. So, like, Math and Dose, I was there for that. Mook and Jones that was actually the first battle card for Smack. Math and Dose was actually the undercard for Jones and Mook. It was supposed to happen in that gym, but Math punched Dose. That was a 2-round battle.
I didn't know that. That's new. That's new info for me.
That was actually a 2-round battle, too. They only put out 1 round. That was a 2-round battle.
So that second round that we saw where Dose gets punched, that was the second round of that?
That was the second round, yeah.
Well,
2
shit.
rounds.
That's a little bit of history right there.
I won the first.
Yeah.
Dose won the first. Dose,
I mean, he was smoking him in the second, too. He was smoking him in the second, too.
Yeah. I mean, it was, you know, I think at that time it was a Philly kind of thing. Like, Dose had that flow, whereas Math was more, right, it was the flow, it was the energy, and Math was more, you know, tough, slow-spoken. He was doing more of what we like and are accustomed to now. But back then, you know, Philly dude was always more hyped and animated, you know what I'm saying? So, but Dose did win the first round. And then the second round went to Dose again, you know, and then obviously what you guys saw on camera is what happened on camera. Absolutely, King. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, I've seen hundreds of battles. Like, I can be here all day talking about battles off cam, you know what I'm saying? I can be here all day for that, you know what I'm saying? So, but that was one of the most memorable ones, you know what I'm saying? me and Math at that particular event battling 7 people at the same time.
That's dope. So another question. So with you going by Renegade for a long time, you know, the hip hop community knew you was that for a minute. What prompted the name change to Mickey Factz? What was the inspiration behind Mickey Factz?
Well, I'm a church kid, man. And they found out that I was rapping in church. And at the time, Missy Elliott was trying to sign me to Elektra. So, you know, they brought it out to the forefront, and they brought out the definition of the name Renegade, and it was like a mercenary. It was a guy who was all on his own and doing things on his own. I didn't know that was the definition of Renegade. I only used Renegade because I felt like Spade, Aid, Change. It was easy to rhyme with the name, so I was like, I'm going to just use Renegade. So I changed the name. One day I was watching Natural Born Killers. People think I got my name from Mickey Mouse. I got it from Mickey and Mallory. So I was watching.
It's funny. I was actually going to use the name Mickey Knox, my damn self.
Right. Because he was a tough dude. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna use this name. I like this guy. I like the name Mickey too. It's dope ring to it. And then after, you know, rhyming about guns for so long, for like 5-6 years, I was like, you know, I want to stop rapping about guns now and drugs and women in that way. I want to just talk about facts. You know what I'm saying? That I live with, my friends live with. You know what I'm saying? And then I changed the S on Factz to Z because I'm a stylish guy. I like to get fly. So that's where the name came from. You know what I'm saying? And once I changed my name from Renegade to Mickey Factz, I stopped going to the battle events. So I completely disappeared. Like, nobody knew where Renegade or who Renegade was anymore because a lot of guys didn't know me by my real name. So once Renegade disappeared, like, that was it. I showed up with a brand new style. I had different pairs of glasses. I was dressing different. So even like Rex, when Rex saw, you know, Mickey Factz, he was like, oh, that's Renegade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people started to put 2 and 2 together that Mickey Factz was Renegade. But by that time, it was too late. I had already distanced myself from the battle underground culture to the point where it was like Mickey Factz is here. You know, I changed everything. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a smart move, you know what I mean, for me.
What year was that?
This was 2006.
Okay. So that's around the time you dropped the Search of Nerd project, right?
And Search of the Nerd dropped in September. I had changed into Mickey Factz in, like, February. So you got to think, like, my first project as Renegade, first and last project, I put that out in September of 2005. And I was like, don't call me Renegade anymore after this project dropped. So it was a whole year before anybody had seen me, you know what I'm saying? And people didn't put 2 and 2 together until it was too late. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, it's too late. This is Mickey Factz. Nobody knows who Renegade is.
Yeah.
And this is
smart.
Like pre-YouTube.
That's smart. Like complete rebranding.
Right. I had never did Smack. I had never had my Fight Club battles air. So the public, the DVD era public never knew about Renegade. It was only the battlers and the hoods. Only they knew about Renegade. But the people didn't know. The fans didn't know about Renegade. So I was able to fly under the radar and put out Mickey Factz. They didn't know. They didn't have a name to the face. You know what I'm saying? A face to the name. Pardon me. So I was able to fly under the radar.
That's smart. That's smart, man.
Right. So
that's completely smart to just. It's it's good to separate. You know, especially with you being focused on music. Because anybody else that we've interviewed, they've always liked. Who was it that we interviewed? Cortez. Cortez makes good music. You know what I'm saying? It's like but a lot of people don't separate themselves from that battle rappers can't make music stigma. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I see why you did that, to separate, okay, I'm not a battle rapper anymore. This is what I'm focused on. Let's just go from here. I'm completely rebrand and start over. And from there, it just a whole new entity with Mickey Factz.